Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Junie. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here again with another pick a card reading for you guys, or pick an image on the thumbnail. I'm going to be showing it on here for you guys in just a second so you can get some more time to choose. But basically, the way I always do these is you pick whichever image you're drawn to the most, and I'm going to try to stay on the topic as much as I can. But you know me, like sometimes I do get a bit ADHD and like can get a bit excited and just whatever. I'm just gonna basically try to tell y'all something that y'all need to know when it comes to your future. So this specific topic is the good news that's coming this week. I just wanted to stick to more positive topics, and I do feel a bit under the weather lately, so I'm gonna try to like be more consistent. And it is Pride Month, so we do have the Queer Tarot that I'm gonna be trying to utilize and practice this month and be more consistent with uploading, not only here but on TikTok too, and try experimenting with going lives and all that stuff. But basically, enough of that. If you're here for the video, you're here for the video. You can pick either pile 1 or 2, pile 1, 2, or 3 now, whichever image, if you're attracted to either Janet Jackson, Donna Summer, or Megan Thee Stallion, because I'm a music lover, so most of the images that I put on here are just gonna be of just basically female artists of just various genres. So that's basically my thing and my vibe. So if you enjoy me, be sure to subscribe and like the video and stick around, and I'll try to give y'all more good energy the more that I'm on here. So you can pick your pile now, and I'm gonna do piles 1, 2, and 3 about the good news coming to y'all this week. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, pile number 1, we're just gonna get right into it. I already shuffled the deck, and honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna pick 6 cards for you guys. I already shuffled the deck, so I already split it. So let's go for that then. I feel like that's good. The topic, you chose Janet Jackson's second studio album, Dream Street. Now, I actually haven't heard this album myself, but today, honestly, when I woke up and just every time I tried to film this video, I was just hearing a lot of Janet Jackson in my head, like Let's Wait a While, He Doesn't Even Know I'm Alive, and then also Escapade. So it's just a bunch of like happy like songs about like, I don't know, being seen or being recognized, having fun. So I guess that's kind of the vibe. I guess feeling more yourself, but also being seen for what you are. I feel like that's the thing. Getting more opportunities, getting more chances to actually like finally like go for something. Actually seeing progress happen. Why is that still? That's bothering me on my camera. Anyways. Yeah, 3 of Cups. You're going to be celebrating soon this week with either friends or with family. You're going to be like, people actually recognize you for your personality. Actually able to actually feel like you can kick it with people. Whether this is physically you going out with people, or if it's just like you're chilling at home, maybe like you'll just happen to scroll past a bunch of TikTok lives or like Instagram lives that has just a bunch of good energy, and you're able to like kick it with a bunch of people in the lives and like comment a bunch of funny stuff, and they reply back to you, and like just a bunch of good energy. This could be at work too, like you just have a bunch of good conversation with customers or with your coworkers in general. Basically, you know, and just this could be about big things, little things, small things. Small talk seems to go well, flow good this week, or you know, just overall just good positive vibes. So that's good with the 3 of Cups. What else do we got for you guys? Queen of Wands. So yeah, you being able to actually be yourself. If you pick this pile, if the image was drawn to you, it doesn't matter if you're into 80s or if you're into Janet Jackson or if you've never heard those songs, doesn't matter. Basically, maybe the colors popped out to you. Maybe you about being vibrant, about being able to actually like show your face, you know, like not being afraid to hide yourself. Feeling respected and feeling valued for your talents as well as like your beauties is what I just heard. Something very visual here. So you could be either presenting very visual this week or feel more comfortable showing color. And this deck is a very colorful deck, so I'm gonna try to like be like, oh, every card is like full of rainbows and stuff, but like the Queen of Wands and the 3 Cups is very bright, vibrant energy, just to start off, just with those 2 cards. It means that you can actually be seen and actually feel like you're cherished in a group. And I know how that can feel, to feel like excluded or feel like the black sheep out of a group, or feel like no one really like vibes with you or fucks with you. But this will be a week where like you could actually find like a little bit of a community or a little bit of a space or like a little glimmer of hope where like, oh yeah, I'm like recognized in some form of fashion, and that'll actually lead you to be like, it's like a a notch in the right direction, like a green light, like the keys turning, start the ignition. Like, I don't know. And it's funny because she's on a motorcycle in that pic. So it can feel like you're getting ready to actually like show up and show out. Like maybe you're getting your body ready for summer and you're actually just starting to show some skin like I am, you know, and actually trying to even out that tan lines. Or it could be just personality wise as well. Actually, like I said, if it's not physical, just showing up online and being able to like speak out and, you know, like show yourself out that way. Ooh, the devil. It's upright, but it's very interesting here. I feel like there are gonna be people who try you this week, but I feel like just you being in your authenticity, being able to recognize certain patterns, stepping in your own authenticity this week is gonna like save you, like big time. But the devil is not necessarily bad energy. It's also like Capricorn energy, which is basically just about structure. It's about Saturn energy, Saturnian energy in astrology. It's basically just about consequence, which is neither bad nor good. It's completely fucking neutral. If you understand Saturn energy, Capricorn energy, Aquarius energy, you will know that it's very neutral, but it's very dry, very to the point. It's about consequence. It's about everything has an equal and opposite reaction. So you're starting to realize this week with the way that you present yourself. And maybe, okay, so this is giving like a lot of things. So like you could be triggering a lot of people this week and you could be seeing it in real time. Or you could be noticing that like a lot of things that used to trigger you, you're overcoming them because you're seeing like the recognizing the patterns and recognizing that like when I do this, this happens. When I do this, this has this consequence. So you're starting to recognize that it leads you to certain like directions or leads you to certain feelings. I feel like whatever celebration you have this week or whoever you hang around, it's gonna help uplift you, but then it's gonna like take you back to a point to where like you don't get too overzealous with yourself or you don't get too lost in the sauce, whatever that can mean for you. If you have problems with either feeling like maybe you went too far, if it's vice versa, if other people just kind of outshined you, or made fun of your triggers and like maybe like reactive abuse type shit where like they try to like make fun of you and like make jokes on you, like make you feel like you couldn't like stand out or like feel like you can have a good time in the group or actually just like kick it. You actually feel like you're able to kick it because like you're recognizing like the bad habits, like you're putting those to the side now. You're actually making progress. You're actually seeing where you're making progress and you're seeing where the results lie, where the consequences lie through via the actions, not only of yourself but of others to you. So if others try to screw with you, you're able to now find ways around that because you're dodging the bullets, basically. And if you are starting to see yourself slip into bad habits or be like, ooh, like I want to feel good later today, maybe I shouldn't drink that milkshake, or maybe I shouldn't like literally I was about to fucking nap. Like I was about to fucking nap because I was feeling really lethargic and really tired. But I'm like, you know what, screw it. Like I drank a Powerade, you know, like I like sat up, did some stretches, and now I'm like back on here filming a video. It could be like that, you know? Just simple, small things like that. Knight of Cups. All of these cards are upright so far, by the way, just saying. Great energy. And with the Knight of Cups here, it like again, I said, seeing surpassing those little, you know, humps, little tidbits where it's like, oh, I could have settled for this, but now I kind of overcame that. I saw where I wasn't limited. It's opening doors where rather like doorways of your emotions, your heart space to flow. Again, the first card was a Cups card, Three of Cups reversed. So that's like initial like feeling like, oh, like I'm part of a group, I feel seen, you know? It's a card about feeling seen. With the Queen of Wands, you're actually able to do that in a very dignified way without stepping on others, you know? And with the Devil, maybe people try to project onto you that, you know, like you were being too full of yourself. But with the Knight of Cups here, I'm really sensing someone here who's really just humble and sweet and honest, and if at times maybe struggled with feeling like maybe they just were seen, you know, actually able to, maybe that's why other people, I'm not going to get into that, but basically the good news is that whatever little like bright little idea or spark within you, like, hey, maybe like they'll find this joke funny, or maybe they'll find this little tidbit or this little information funny. I feel like when you actually like make your way to like certain friend group, or like, how do I describe this, like when you actually say the thing and when you like be nice and genuine and sweet and like pure of heart, it's going to be received well this week. Like if you just make like a little comment, like it could be like the most like just like have nothing like intellectually like relevant to the context, but it's like emotionally relevant. Like it's cute sounding. Like it could be like, oh, that butterfly fly was beautiful, or oh, I love that song, or oh, like, haha, that joke was funny. Or you could make like a little one-off joke, or like little, I don't know, self-deprecating joke. I don't know, because it's right next to the devil. Because I have that type of humor, so maybe you could actually like say something like that, but actually someone hears that and they're like, oh, that was fucking funny, or like, oh, are you okay? Like, haha, like it's weird. It's giving like your optimism or your sense of like just being pure of heart or just stepping out is like being well received this week. It's like just you're noticing how to get there. Like it doesn't feel like you're trying too hard, and it doesn't feel like you're having to hold yourself back. Because with the Knight of Cups, that's Pisces energy. So that's also like having your head in the clouds, but also just being pure of heart, like imaginative, like everything's connected, like the life and the universe and the other side. Like it's very like out there energy. But also like when you bring it down to earth, it can be in a very flirtatious, like very pure romantic. It's a very romantic card. The moon reversed. Anything that was hidden to you last week or that felt very uncertain, very shaky, that brought up a lot of anxiety, and this is also a Pisces card, it's going to be cleared this week. It's going to be very like the fog will be cleared this week, and your anxieties, a lot of your anxieties will start to subside, and you'll start to see a lot more clearer where you are on your path, because again, it has a lot to do with this devil card. You're starting to recognize where to actually take yourself places, because you're recognizing where consequences lie with not only your actions but also with others. So you're starting to put yourself, I feel like, in better scenarios and better situations that are more beneficial to you, and it's removing the fog. And last card but not least, Page of Pentacles. All of this work that you're doing, the universe is going to be like basically like giving you back the work that you put out, and it's going to start showing up physically in reality. Excuse me. So basically, as this fog starts to clear, and the more that you are consistent in your actions, the more God sees this, the more the universe sees this, your angels see this. Despite you maybe feeling unsure, but if you display faith, through being authentic and keep showing up for you, like I said, pure, like it doesn't have to be so intellectually like smart, or like it could be just be like, I love the way the sky looks today, or just showing up and going to work and putting your best foot forward and not being like perfect, but it's something about like just showing up and being so authentically you that you're not gonna let like a bastard get you down. Basically, you're not gonna let like someone with someone's bullshit energy or someone's like judgments come and get you down. You're gonna let that fog clear. You're gonna start to see where you have roles in your own happiness, and that is going to start creating money opportunities for you, opportunities for more rest physically, for a more comfortable home environment, for a more comfortable work environment. Because the Page of Pentacles is about like that one little seed, sowing that very first little seed of opportunity for things to show up physically for you, whether that's job opportunities or more time, more free time space, more money in your bank account, etc. It's all going to start showing up for you after this week, because you're putting in the work to sow the seeds this week. By the way, there is a new moon this week, so I guess it is a really good time that I'm filming this video. New moon in Gemini. So again, intellectually sowing the seeds of what you wish to learn and create for yourself, and your surrounding environment, whatever that means for you. So I guess I'll get one more supporting card to finish off this reading, and see what we get. We've got Uranus in Scorpio, or the 8th house, liberates powerfully. So those years, I mean, don't have to be, but they could be significant to you. You could be born between those years, but basically, you're going to start, there's going to be a big breakthrough when it comes to the way that you deal with things that you necessarily couldn't traditionally control. Like, let's say that you're put in like an environment that feels very uncomfortable, or like a job situation, or like a career situation, or maybe, like the saying is, oh, you were dealt tough cards in life. I feel like there's gonna be a huge shakeup this week that's personal, but so like it's beautiful. Like, again, these are very creative, very about cards about being yourself, but recognizing one's own authority, and about, again, this fog clearing away. And from this, you're going to be able to receive more abundance. Find out ways that you can receive more abundance via the universe, via your angels, God himself. Like, it's very beautiful, like just good energy. So that's what I got for you. And if any of this resonated, please let me know. If anything stuck out, any words, please let me know, and I'll be here next time for the next reading and video. So I'll see you guys for the next pick a card. Okay, bye guys. Hey, what's up, my lovely pile number twos? If you guys chose the wonderful image of Donna Summer on the pink background for her cover of her studio album The Wanderer, released in 1980, then this is the pile for you. The Wanderer, a title that has to do with like traveling, just being on your own, very Sagittarius energy, just being on one's own foot. I feel like you're going to be seeing a lot of places, exploring a lot of your dreams this week, like taking yourself to new heights, like in your dreams, like your actual dreams, but also like I feel like you could be seeing a lot of things just on the internet or on TikTok, like just like taking you to like different countries, different worlds, different points of view, different viewpoints that could just really expand your worldview and just really like show like, oh, this is possible, like it can be done this way, sort of a thing, like taking you to new heights, new places, sort of energy. Very beautiful, just kind of right off the bat when I'm picking up. The Star Reverse, very interesting. Yeah, it's definitely about like internal work, but it can only be seen from like your point of view, again, like a point of view, very POV. So again, Sagittarius, ninth house energy, but also the star is Aquarius, so it's about going your own way. um Despite what others may have judged you for, what others may have said was a great idea or was a good path, I feel like the Wanderer, it's like more of like you're on your own, but like you're doing it for you. And like really with the star, it's about like, because on the traditional star card, she's bare, she's naked, and it's just as like, you know, the dawn sky is still dark, but I think it's like right before the sun rises, and it's like all the stars are visible, but she's naked and she's like 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water. So it's basically about she's doing this healing work, but she knows that she's guided by the divine. And even though she's naked and she's bare, she knows that like she's surrounded by God. Like she's in her home, you know. She may be vulnerable, but she has everything she needs to put the healing in to like she's beautiful as she is authentically. So basically any of those what I just said right now could have resonated with you about you being just beautiful as you are. Your healing journey, your path is not going to look like anyone else's. So maybe this week you're learning to stop comparing. I feel like is a big thing, and that's gonna help you go farther in your healing journey. I just feel like, and I feel like maybe by seeing others' points of view and just being like, okay, whoa, that isn't my point of view. That isn't how I live my life. That'll help you get more in tune with what you stand for, and that's gonna help you better light your path ahead. I feel like is the vibes. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Virgo energy, very methodical, practical, for the sake of efficiency. The good news this week is that because of the strides you're making on your healing journey, because you're choosing yourself, little by little, you are making slow but steady progress, and it's going to start showing up physically in your reality. So you're going to start seeing your bank account go up little by little, dwindling up, making more space for savings, finding more opportune times to like either like maybe pick up extra shifts, or if that's sort of your sort of thing, or maybe sort of doing like things that I'm doing, like maybe side hustles or side creative projects, or kind of windows opening up, or like you'll see the windows opening up in your reality, whether it's like spaces of time where you can get more shit done or earn more money, or actually just get more shit done. Like I said, like get your errands done, get your chores done, like little windows in time and space of opportunity. And you'll see by the end of this week, you'll have done so much practice into adhering to your own because the Knight of Pentacles, that's the thing, he's creating something by like, okay, he's adhering to some sort of moral like standard, some sort of principle that's like solid, concrete, off of like hard work gives solid results, basically. You need to see it to believe it, like feel it to believe it, you know. So that's why he's in this lush green land filled with all the sowing, all the plants that are being sown, you know, and he's just on his horse, little by little, going to each little field and planting as he sees fit. So that could be you. And I kind of lost my train of thought there, but basically, like, it's about, like, again, like I said, it's physically going to start showing in reality. So, like I said, by the end of this week, that's what I was saying. You would have put so much practice in that you'll realize you're a more you're more well versed, you're more practiced. Like that's the thing, it's just practice building those routines. You could be more keeping on your health routine, making sure that you're taking care of your body, doing the things you want with your skincare routine, or you're making sure that you like washing your pillow sheets and brushing your teeth before you go to bed and washing up all your face makeup before you go to bed. It's things like that. It's given. Like you're actually doing full body showers every day, or you actually organize your workout routine to where like it doesn't make you sore. It doesn't make certain parts of your body sore. So you're not having to like you're actually efficiently going to organize something physical in your life. Like you're actually going to see it like more well organized. Like, oh, like I just had a bit of work in, and by the end, because of that practice that you did, organizing slowly but surely, you're seeing it, the routines, something about routines here physically showing up for you. So again, like your savings account is getting more healthy, and also the routines you're creating physically for your body, it's getting more efficient, getting more progress. Nine of Cups reversed. So that's the thing, even amidst the lack of options that you may perceive, you're going to be very resourceful this week. You're going to have face some disappointments initially. Like I feel like you're gonna be like, oh man, I thought I had this much in my bank account, or oh man, I thought, or it's funny because I was just talking about your bank account growing, but no, it's just like that. It's like something about like I don't know, like paying for gas or something, or like a certain expense that you didn't see coming up, or a certain like having to dip into your savings, or like something where like about resourcefulness here, about like maybe it didn't feel like pretty at first, but then once you realize, once you have some faith that like, oh wait, if I just keep the routine going, if I keep this slow and steady wins the race mentality, maybe yeah, I did have to take some out for savings for this little emergency, for like fixing my car or something. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like maybe there's some issue with your car, like or maybe with your kid, or something that you have to give to them for school, or something along the sort of like where maybe the options that you perceived, oh, maybe you're a bit more limited than you would like, but at the end of the day, when you still follow your routine, again, like I said, that slow and steady wins the race, follow that methodical, despite it looking or seeming worse than it is, or maybe not as fulfilling as it is, maybe not presenting as many options, at the end of the day, it still gets the job done, and it gets it done very beautifully and efficiently, is what I just heard this week. So trust that no matter, despite how the lack of options that may be presented, if you actually settle in and choose the one that you know is practical, methodical, according to your method that you're going to develop this week, according to your own, like, you know, this works for you and shows up well in your reality, it's going to take you success. Okay, yeah, the Chariot, yeah, you're doing the work, honey. You're doing the work. No matter what anyone may tell you, you are actually in the driver's seat and you're getting your shit together. No matter what anyone may tell you, you're doing the work. Okay, you're not avoiding this. You are, and that's the thing. It may seem like there's a lack of options. It may seem like things aren't showing up yet, but trust that they are. That the shit's getting started. The show's on the road now, honey. It's getting there. Cancer energy. So it's about like, yeah, creating that foundation. The foundation's actually taking off on the right foot. And this is something that's in your hands. You know, it was initiated via your healing. Whatever deep healing you were going through, whatever vulnerability you had to, either if you did suffer a financial loss, or if you did feel like lost in life spiritually, now you're starting to actually physically see yourself get on the right track. Despite what it may have seemed like, or people may have like shamed you for like not having as many options, you're seeing that like by you actually just putting that foot forward and actually going, taking it into your own two hands, you're going your own way and you're actually getting shit done. And it's getting shit done. That's the good news this week. Two of Cups, yeah. You're going to have a lot of conversations with people, just one-off conversations with strangers just walking by, or just at your work, either with coworkers, or if you do have to end up having certain serious conversations with either someone serious, like maybe let's say you have to ask for a loan, or like you have to like ask your boss for something, or like or your lover, or your parent, or someone who means something emotionally important to you. It's gonna feel very well balanced. It's gonna feel very fair, and it's not gonna feel like the other's trying to fuck you over or screw you over. And it actually feels like they understand you. It feels like there's equal reciprocation here, and some sort of connection, whether that is romantic or that is just straight up like investment in like, oh, like you need to ask someone for a favor or something, or a family member, or like again, it could just be in the workplace, or just like knowing that there's a coworker who understands you, or like even just a customer or just your boss understands your situation. There's going to be something very well balanced this week, reciprocal when it comes to a certain connection in your life. That's the good news. And let's get one last card. The Ace of Swords reversed. So, like I said, it's not going to be super cut and dry. There's not going to be one solution for every damn problem or that you face. And again, here with the Knight of Pentacles, and I was talking about methodics, right? And again, when it does come to algorithms and things, whether you're talking about like actual multi-billion-dollar companies trying to profit off of people like on social media, like consumerisms, like they know how to get people watching videos, you know? But again, if you kind of apply that to your own life, okay, apply an algorithm to your life about like how you create success in your own life. Oh, if I like create these habits, that's going to be more conducive to my overall growth. The point I was trying to make was that these algorithms, they change every second. They change every day, every minute, every hour, whether something big happens in the world. People will have to go back into boardrooms and then alter those algorithms, either on Spotify or on YouTube, about people's music listening habits or watching habits. So again, with your own habits that you know best, whether they're good habits or bad habits, view them as an algorithm and constantly modify them, knowing that one thing may work one day and then may not work as best the next day due to the ever-changing circumstances in your reality, which, you know, it can seem stressful the way that I put it, but again, it's all about perspective. There is a certain methodical strategy that works for you. However, don't get too tied down into it and feel like you're at a lack of options whenever you're like, oh, only this certain input equals this output. You can become very smart with this and start to train yourself into knowing that like I can actually take myself places and this is leading me to certain successes. You're going to start to see yourself attaining certain successes this week and having good conversations with people that feel very well balanced and well fair. That despite it maybe not being like it's not going to feel like there's a clear one-line answer at the end of this week, but that's a good thing. It's because there isn't one thing to be expected, because in life there's so much to be expected. But the good news is that you're making progress when it comes to connections and when it comes to you being practical and going places in your life. It's just that you're learning that at the end of the day, that like methodology, it's going to be ever constantly evolving with you as you grow. You know, like I'm sure that like the same things that you told yourself to hype you up before, like going to a day of high school, wasn't the same shit that you tell yourself going before a job interview as an adult. Maybe it is the same thing, more or less, but you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you're motivated by certain different things as a teenager than you were at maybe 21 when you were drinking a lot, maybe versus now at 24, maybe you stop drinking or aren't drinking as less, maybe take your life a little more seriously. You know, it could be a variety of those things, but it's sort of that. The good news is you're being more conscientious and shit is happening for you. And it's good. Let's get a card for you guys. To finish it off, Mars and Aquarius, progressive energy. What I tell you, it's not going to look like everybody else's healing journey, the star reversed. It's not going to look like everybody else's healing journey. Yours is very unique, independent, but you can be your own leader and own authoritative figure of your own life this way. By going out, putting that effort out, again, to connect with others, knowing that others' lives are just as unique as yours, and that we're all equal in that regard. However, you know, you're special too. You got to take care of your life and go after your life and get your life. That's sort of the vibes. Whew. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, that any of this called out to you, and it is good news, I promise. So just take it whatever resonates, and I hope that this hyped you up, and I'll see you guys for the next reading. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pile number threes. If you chose the wonderful image of Megan Thee Stallion for her, I'm pretty sure, debut studio album, Good News, released in 2020. I remember when this came out. Big fan of this album. So many bangers. It came out when I was 18 years old. Had a lot of fun partying, listening to this album. It was a really good time. But yes, Megan Thee Stallion with her Good News. Let's see what good news is for y'all this week. Pile number threes. Always my lovely, vibrant pile. We've got the Hierophant reversed. Something unexpected, something non-traditional. Something non-traditional. I knew this was gonna be a pile with wacky energy. I truly didn't know what to expect with this pile. I had no like prior downloads to like coming on here. I just feel like the good news is just gonna be in general unexpected good things happening. Things that you just non-traditional. Like I'm just getting just in general things can happen this week that are just so like it just feels like I don't know how to describe this. It just definitely feels like something that wouldn't happen in like the last century. It's like definitely something things are very I wouldn't say necessarily futuristic, but definitely like a lot of good things are happening. Like let's say you're like me and you're like a queer person. I feel like and it's Pride Month. I feel like just specifically the good news this week you just go out and just have a lot of specific interactions with either other queer people or just in general, let's say maybe you don't live in necessarily the biggest city or the most populated town or feel the most safest to like express yourself if you're a queer person. I feel like this week maybe you could be getting more a little safer because you're just witnessing things that are very just non-traditional, very non-conforming. Um but it's also like again, like it's very like rebel energy. Um Specifically, it's very interesting, but it's also like I feel like personally you could be having your own like little personal like awakenings about like maybe I thought about like this certain belief about like a certain group of people or maybe a certain aspect of the way my life was going or maybe you were like judging like maybe let's say you had like envisioned like certain career goals or maybe this week you're just shown something different that is just so out of the ordinary that just kind of breaks the glass ceiling kind of it just breaks the barriers just so non-traditional non-conformist that it really just shows like oh like that wasn't expect like either from yourself or like something just I don't know like on Animal Planet or something I don't know why I just heard that Animal Planet or just some documentaries or just something you could be chilling at home watching TV and just something just lights up I don't know why I'm getting this but the Hierophant is very traditional, very about like marriage, conformity. This is like how things always went in the past. So I'm going to show you like very good card, right? Very good energy, Taurus energy, very stable, very reliable. But in the reverse of that, it's like, okay, well, what happens when you kind of break away from tradition? You can still achieve success, but again, by going that rebel route, you do go through some pretty like intense experiences but again, you can learn a lot more from going that alternative route. So I feel like there's just a lot of lights being opened this week. Or you could be triggering these lights on other people. Like I said, like I was getting the energy of just like feeling like a queer person, just all of a sudden feeling like they're having a lot of very like present moment, like very non-traditional experiences. And it feels like, oh, I feel either safer or I feel a bit more excited. Like I can feel a bit more loose. I don't have to feel so rigid, so tight. Two of Pentacles. Stepping up and showing out. The person in this card is dancing. It looks like they're dancing on a dance floor. They're juggling. They're juggling their shit. They got their shit on a roll. They got the ball rolling. You're getting the ball rolling with something this week, you know? Definitely, when it comes to your work, for sure, like getting your errands done, getting your shit done at home, juggling your money and your finances, putting your shit where it matters. So that's some good news this week, is that you're actually getting the ball rolling. And that, you know, like when this card comes up, I don't really get too much off of this card, to be honest. It's just basically the money's a moving. It's not going to stay stagnant. That's the thing I'm getting. It's very like Uranus energy. Like I was honestly getting just Uranus energy, just very. And I never pronounce Uranus that. Oh my god, that's actually crazy. I never pronounce Uranus that way because, like, you know, but that's crazy. So just very non-expected things this week, but almost like it kind of just shows you like, well, I don't know. I was just wondering. Like, it's just kind of like almost like not serious, but like kind of just shows you something. Yeah. Okay. 4 Cups. It's almost kind of like there's something, but there's nothing. It's almost like giving like inconjunct energy in astrology. Like when something's at like 150 degrees, it's like there's a quincunx or an inconjunct aspect. It's like there's something, but there's nothing. It's like it's like you're seeing a lot of things but also not, but like also like it's like kind of shaking you out of your world. Either this is preparing you to leave your comfort zone, or this is like just showing you a lot of things that you just weren't expecting. Maybe just a lot of things are just stimulating your mind this week, and we are having a new moon in Gemini, so maybe this is preparing you to plant your seeds of like intention for what you want to create for yourself, what you envision writing your own book. Like for Gemini, it's about like being a writer, being a creator, being a visionary when it comes to your thoughts, your mental work, you know, and deciding for yourself the life that you want. So I feel like with this Four of Cups, maybe you could be like showing a lot of things, or maybe a lot of things that you once were pondering that didn't seem so. You didn't see a lot of gold in, or a lot of potential in, or a lot of worth. Maybe they're being brought back to the viewpoint where it's like maybe you could look at it in a different light, or maybe if it's shown in this light, maybe it's a bit different to you, or maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Strength reversed. Very interesting. I just heard like tempted to lower your standards, but I feel like you know better. And I feel like it's not necessarily going to be that, because this is good news. This is like, okay, this is like you're starting to see when other people don't follow their own heart, you're seeing where that takes them. You're starting to see where that takes them in their own reality. So then when you bring that's acting as a mirror towards you, to where if you don't like step it up, if you don't keep that line in check, keep that shadow in check, you know, I feel like again, it's very like again unexpected Uranian, but your Uranus is a planet of, you know, like it said, liberation, but it's unexpectedness. But again, liberation, it frees you. It brings freedom. It's innovation. It's something new, something almost necessary, but something, again, like that wasn't there before, something electric, inventive. You could be seeing like a lot of debating a lot of like paths in your life, or like a lot of like you could go for this or that. It's giving like a lot of contemplating energy, but then like a lot of like new things are being like shown to you, like, oh, well maybe like it could be shown to you surprisingly. I think that's the thing. Is like that's the thing is like if that's the thing, because you're going your own way in life, right? Which I have total confidence in you that you're doing the best. My viewers are doing the best for themselves and what they are doing, right? I have total confidence in you that you are going to do right for your life path. But what I'm seeing here is that other people could have judged you for being a rebel, for being non-traditional, non-conformist. You're starting to see where them, I feel like I'm getting the serious vibe of like very hypocritical religious people who like judge other people for like not following religion, but they are just assholes, and they are just assholes to themselves. They don't take care of themselves. They're miserable. It shows on their faces. They're full of wrinkles. They're fat and ugly, and they're terrible to just strange. They're just bitches. They're impatient, and they have miserable lives. And you're starting to see where that gets them in life. And I feel like if you're tempted to lower your standards, it's gonna pull you right back into the space of like, come on, girl, you don't want to settle for that. Come on, get them gears moving, get them wheels turning, and let's get back up. Let's go for this, because I feel like your spirit team just ain't having that, and you ain't having that either. I feel like you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror, and this is a good thing, but it's other people showing you this. Like, it's not really your own like self-doing. It's just like maybe you're a bit hesitant at first, understandably. Like maybe you weren't seeing progress in your life. You're putting work in. That's the thing. You were juggling, but you weren't seeing progress. It didn't feel fulfilling. But now you're starting to see like, okay, maybe where your certain authenticity lies, as long as you follow your heart, you know that you will find gold. So don't be tempted to lower your standards, even if you might feel so this week. Six of Swords reversed, yeah. It could be a bit of that's the thing. It's all about the mental. It's all about the mind, and you're learning more about like what it will take for you to find peace, which is a good thing. And it's all about the perspective of looking at it, and also who you surround yourself by. So that's the best advice I can give you. You're really seeking out peace for this week, and seeking out inner peace, and you're noticing when your triggers are throwing you off balance. So you're putting in a lot of work this week to get back and find that peace. And then Three of Swords. So I'm just gonna say, that's the thing. That I feel like I kind of already said the good news, but these cards are just kind of reinforcing what I already said. That's something that may Okay, what I'm getting here is that something that may look ugly on someone else, it's gonna really trigger you and really inspire you to get your shit together before that becomes your own reality. Something that may have been hurtful, because that's the thing, I don't really feel like you're getting hurt here. You're getting hurt before it actually happens to you. Like, that's the thing. Like, sometimes I'm pretty sure we've all been at that moment before where we like changed up or we glue up or like we changed a bad habit, or, like we really fixed something that was really tearing us down that really wasn't bad for us. We had to see someone where it really like fucked someone up and we'd be like, oh, I don't want to be like that. And like we really got our shit together. And I'm also getting here that like if you were hurt, if people did make fun of you for like being queer, being like out there eccentric, for being yourself, if you went your own way, and it's funny, the same theme this reading about people going their own way. It's like this Neptune and Aries, like this overall energy, but I digress. If you were stabbed in the heart, if people told you harsh words or like made fun of you or critiqued you for the way that you're going to be seeking and receiving vengeance by the end of this week. You will have sought and found peace. That's the thing. You are finding calmer waters. It's just a bit the way through it is by being hurt, unfortunately, and by being triggered. And I'm not saying that like something terrible is gonna happen to you, but I'm feel like if you're like start to get stagnant or start to feel lethargic or start to feel apathetic, God is gonna something unexpected. And I'm not saying dangerous or not saying what something unexpected is gonna kind of just like make you lock back in this week. But it's a good thing because it's going to prevent future heartbreak. And as a matter of fact, by the end of this week, you would have turned all that pain that people tried to throw on you for your own benefit. You're going to start stepping on these hoes' necks and making them your fucking footstool. Mark my fucking words, okay? So whatever hurt people tried to stab in your heart, you're going to turn that into glory. Mark my words. Because you were actively seeking peace and making moves in your current reality to do so. So I hope this helped, and I'm looking forward to the good news this week for you guys, and the next pick a card readings that I do for you guys. And yeah, I know this was pretty intense, but I'm always genuine and honest in my readings. Oh, I didn't even pull an index card yet, bro. Let's get an index card, and we're gonna get out of here. Moon in Sagittarius or the 9th house. You feel through your experiences. Feels through its experiences. So it could be an emotional week this week, but that's the thing. It's going to benefit you because it's going to show you that like, oh, I don't want to be like these other bitches who chose these miserable lives for themselves. I don't want to be like these miserable ass bitches who hurt other people. No, I want to be better. I don't want to be bitter, okay? I want to be fucking better than them. I feel like that's going to be your vibe this week. So trust me, girl. I've been there, done that before. Kind of going through that now, but regardless, you know, I'm right there with you, and I just hope this video helped, and I'm just looking forward to all your success that you achieve in the future, and honestly, because it is good news coming your way. Whether you like it or not, God always loves us and knows what we want, and it's my firm belief that if you love God, God's always going to be there for you, and God always gives you what you want, so you're in good hands, honey, and so I love you, and I'm looking forward to the next time we can connect on a pick a card reading or on TikTok live or on wherever I decide to upload or join, and I'll just see you for the next pick a card or general or whatever. So bye, I love you guys, love the good vibes, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.